It's one of the strangest, most fascinating stories to come out of World War II. A top-secret U.S. Army unit that fought not with bullets, but with illusions. Their mission was simple: deceive, distract, and mislead German forces, all without firing a shot. And they did it using inflatable tanks, fake radio transmissions, and pre-recorded soundscapes. They were artists, sound engineers, designers, and creatives, recruited for a deception campaign that would remain classified for decades. Their tools were rubber, paint, and sound. But their impact may have saved thousands of lives and changed the course of key battles in Europe. So, in today's video, we uncover the story of the Ghost Army, the secret World War II unit that turned deception into a weapon of war. Let's dive in. By 1944, the Allied forces were preparing for a major push into Nazi-occupied Europe. Victory was on the horizon, but it was clear that a head-on confrontation with entrenched German divisions would come at a heavy cost. What the Allies needed was a way to trick the enemy, to make them think American forces were moving and massing in places they weren't. That's where the Ghost Army came in. Officially known as the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops, the Ghost Army was activated in January 1944 and consisted of just over 1,000 men. But what made this unit so unusual wasn't just its size, it was who they were. Among the ranks were painters, sculptors, advertising professionals, and even fashion designers. One of them would go on to become the legendary Bill Blass. Another, Ellsworth Kelly, would become a renowned artist. But in 1944, they were soldiers of illusion. The unit was designed to impersonate much larger American divisions, giving the illusion of strength where there was none. To do this, they relied on three core techniques: visual deception, sonic deception, and radio deception. And in each of these, they were remarkably effective. Visual deception meant building entire fake encampments, not with real tanks or artillery, but with inflatable ones. These full-size rubber Shermans and artillery pieces could be set up in hours, and from the air or at a distance, looked completely convincing. They were often combined with dummy tents, fake tire tracks, and other signs of troop presence. Sonic deception was another layer. The Ghost Army would set up loudspeakers and broadcast recorded sounds of tanks moving, men shouting, and construction work, all carefully curated to match the illusion. These sounds could be heard from more than 20 kilometers away, convincing German reconnaissance units that a major buildup was underway. Then came radio deception. The unit had operators trained to mimic the communication style of real U.S. divisions. They transmitted fake messages, often in coordination with the real unit they were impersonating, to create a seamless false presence. Meanwhile, the real divisions were moving elsewhere undetected. In at least 20 confirmed operations across France, Belgium, Luxembourg, and Germany, the Ghost Army played this dangerous game. Perhaps the most famous was Operation Viersen in March 1945, just before the crossing of the Rhine River. The Ghost Army simulated the presence of two entire divisions to divert German forces away from the real crossing point. Their inflatable tanks, fake radio traffic, and soundscapes helped shield the Ninth Army's real advance. And it worked. These missions weren't without risk. The Ghost Army often operated just kilometers from the front line. If their deception was discovered, they would have had no heavy weapons to defend themselves. But despite the danger, they continued their work, blending theater, art, and military strategy in ways never before seen on a battlefield. What's perhaps most remarkable is how long their work remained a secret. The unit's existence was classified for over 50 years. Most of the world didn't even know they had existed until the mid-1990s, when documents were declassified and veterans began sharing their stories. In 2022, nearly 80 years after their final mission, Congress officially recognized the Ghost Army with the Congressional Gold Medal, one of the highest honors given in the United States. It was a fitting tribute to a group of men who used creativity and cunning to outwit the enemy and proved that warfare isn't always about firepower. The story of the Ghost Army reminds us that not every battle is won with bullets. Sometimes, illusion and misdirection can be just as powerful. With rubber tanks, sound effects, and stagecraft, they fooled some of the most experienced military minds of the 20th century and helped shape the outcome of World War II. So, what do you think? Is deception playing a bigger role in today's warfare than we think? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more true stories from the history of warfare.